Right, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Disney is doing major damage control for Snow White because they will be dropping a trailer soon, because obviously this movie is releasing soon and they need to ramp up that marketing, and they probably shouldn't want the headlines to be, Disney actress hates majority of Americans, wishes death or harm on Donald Trump and all this other kind of garbage. Probably not the headlines that you want. So Disney's running major damage control right now for this absolute garbage human that is Rachel Zegler. And I thought we'd take a look. This has been reported in mainstream media as well now, just that she went on this bizarre rant. So yeah, it's not a good look for Disney. It's not something they're going to want to have. So let's take a look, right? Disney Snow White actress Rachel Zegler issues an apology after unhinged election meltdown. But did she write it? No, probably not. Disney Snow White actress Rachel Zegler issued an apology last night for an unhinged, profanity-laced meltdown where she appeared to wish harm or misfortune against US President-elect Donald Trump and the 75.5 million Americans who voted for him. But inconsistencies between the apology and the initial rant lead one to wonder, did she actually write it? No, probably not. And here's the apology, shared by Stephanie, My Nerdy Home on Twitter. Hi everyone. I would like to sincerely apologise for the election post I shared on my Instagram last week. I let my emotions get the best of me. Tolerant left, as always. Hatred and anger have caused us to move further and further away from peace and understanding. And I'm sorry I contributed to the negative discourse. Yeah, I mean, you're not though, are you? You're not sorry. These people, you're sorry that people didn't like it. That's what it is. This week has been emotional for so many of us, but I firmly believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, even when it differs from my own. You don't believe this. There's a storied history of you not believing this. I am committed to contributing positively towards a better tomorrow. You're committed to nothing, you petulant child. This is obviously nonsense, by the way. This is obvious nonsense. And you sit here, well, some of it anyway. This is a rant that she had. I mean, this is, yeah. This is quite crazy, to be honest. She's unhinged. She is 100% unhinged. Don't know quite what's going on. So, what's probably happened? Well, there was an earnings call a couple of days back now. Yesterday. CEO Bob Iger ran down the slate of Disney-owned movies, and the company was what they were excited for in 2025. Zegler's Snow White was never mentioned, which is weird. But potentially an intentional omission to leave that out. Yeah, bit of an odd one. And it says here, to say that there's a lot riding on Snow White would be an understatement. The film's budget has reportedly ballooned to over $500 million before marketing. When factoring in those costs plus theatre cuts, Rachel Zegler's film would need to make over $1 billion to be profitable. And it's worth noting that Zegler has never appeared in a financially successful film, even The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. They say this was a huge financial step down. They made it for like $100 million, so it would have been pre-sold, so it would have actually done okay. It would have made some money, but it's not a huge success, but it would have made some money. With a Snow White trailer set to debut sometime this month. It's not good publicity that you get in here, Disney. Sometime this month. It's possible that Disney forced Zegler's hand after the massive public outcry against her. Yep. So the Snow White trailer has a like to dislike ratio of 96,000 likes and 1.3 million dislikes. Unreal. Unbelievable. And then we get articles like this over on Deadline, so mainstream media picked it up. Snow White star Rachel Zegler and Disney damned by Megyn Kelly and ruthless podcast hosts over F Donald Trump post. Yeah, of course she was. Yeah, of course she was torn apart by this. This is ridiculous. F Donald Trump may not be the message the Walt Disney Company wants its Snow White star putting out there right now, but that's what they've got, even as Rachel Zegler tries to walk it back. In a now deleted posts on Instagram, Zegler slammed the former and future president for his November 5th election win over Kamala Harris as a deep sickness in the country The alum of Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, who's currently on Broadway in Romeo and Juliet, went on to lament the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatens our democracy. It's terrifying the number of people who stand behind what this man preaches. Zegler added on what seems to be post made during the performance of the Shakespeare play in New York late last week. It is foolish subscription to a false sense of security of humanity, masculinity, intelligence, patriotism. There's no help, no counsel in any of them. I could go on, I won't. I feel sad. You probably do too. F this. She's a turd. Anyway, she kept going as well, by the way. But even Deadline say, look, with Snow White out next spring and Netflix's animated flick Spellbound out next week, the 23-year-old Zegler, who doesn't have a daughter, even though she made some comments about a potential daughter, quickly found herself getting some very hard knocks in the social media world for her condemnation of Trump and his MAGA base. As Trump continued naming controversial nominees like, controversial for some people, I guess. But anyway, so the blowback was followed by a full-on hurricane Thursday from Megyn Kelly and her pals on the Ruthless podcast. And everyone else. Everyone else is sick of this stupid turd. But this is interesting. Even they mentioned Gina Carano. Hello, Disney. You're going to have to redo your film again because this woman is a pig and you fired Gina Carano for far less than this nonsense. Yeah. I mean, this adds more fuel to Gina Carano's fire, actually, for her lawsuit. So they actually have kind of screwed themselves up here, to be honest. But they've really messed this up. They've really screwed up here. I mean, this is Disney damage control right in this. This is major damage control. So it says that, to that, having weathered a previous storm with Zegler over comments about the premise of a modern Snow White, Disney is silent right now. In a town where deep democratic donors and studio bosses are trying to gauge the cultural temperature right now as Trump's second inauguration nears, what Disney does or doesn't say about Zegler's comments could become the standard out of Hollywood for the next 4 years. It's early days, but hot off that earnings report Thursday, the Bob Iger run company has no plans to push back the Gal Gadot co-star in Snow White movie. But there you go. I don't really have much else to say, to be honest. They say that it will be updated if Disney responds, but they haven't bothered to respond yet. It's not a good look, right? This is damage control from Disney. This is them writing that post or making her write that post. There's no two ways about it. That is what that would have been. And it's a disaster. Like, you're an idiot, Rachel. You're an absolute moron. You live in a myopic world. Your world is very, very narrow. Open it up. Take a look. Walk around. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop it down below. Cheers. Take care. Bye-bye now.